What's up? Take two. Again. I don't understand why this is happening. I can't figure it out. My phone will just randomly stop recording and it'll start playing music through my car radio. I disconnected everything. I put it on airplane mode. Somebody help me out. I'm going nuts. That being said, how do? It's Monday. I am very happy to be back at it. I hope everybody had a great holiday weekend, chilled out, ate a lot of food, exploded, you knowed it, I hope it was great. I really do. It's cold as hell for me personally because I came here in basketball shorts and a white tee, and I'm working with frosted tips right now, and I'm not talking about my hair. And we don't need to go into that. We're gonna move on. This is Back at Geosphere Plus Vibes, and today I just want to talk about worrying. Very simple, right? Do you think worrying in any facet does anybody any kind of good? Honestly, I feel like everybody worries, right? And what good does it actually do anybody? Enlighten me. Because in my opinion, all it does is take away today. It takes away today's peace. It doesn't take away tomorrow's problems. And it's always what a worry is associated with, right? Tomorrow's problems. What's to be, what may be, what could come. It's all based around an air of uncertainty and the unknown and the uncontrollable, right? We have no idea what tomorrow is going to bring, really. We can only guess, we can only plan for the worst case, hope for the best, and that's it. So why do we worry still? So much energy gets lost in it, and so many people lose their entire peace of mind due to it. It'll break you down. I mean, there are people in my life who, their worries are developed into anxieties, are developed into legitimate panic attacks and things like that, or it's just something that becomes an obsession throughout the day, throughout the weeks. It's just the same kind of thing on repeat. They're worrying about things that they cannot control. Some people I know are worrying about whether or not tomorrow will be good based on whether or not somebody's going to fulfill their commitments to them, basically, right? But you can't control what another person's going to do. You can only control what you can do, right? So if you had made plans with somebody, they made a commitment to you, and by commitment, I don't mean some sort of crazy, very, I want to say crucial, important, nothing crazy important, right? Just a plan to, let's say, go hang out or something like that, right? And they made that plan with you. That's their commitment to you. And then you spend all day today worrying about whether or not they're going to come through because, it might make you sad, right? If they bail out. But you're gonna be okay, right? If they bail out. And then also, it's kind of the other person's right. Would you agree or disagree? They reserve that right to bail if they want to. You don't know what's going on with other people, right? So for you to spend your day prior to the day that they're even going to have that plan, you spend your entire day worrying about whether or not these people are going to come through, or you know what I'm saying? You just took away all of today's peace, all the happiness you could have had for a day. You just removed it manually, just reached in and pulled it out and tossed it into the garbage. For what? Because then tomorrow comes, right? And then they hang out, right? And then you have a good time, and then all that worrying was for nothing, correct? Or they don't, and you're still fine. And all that worrying was for nothing, right? Because it didn't prevent the problem that you were trying to prevent, right? Or that you didn't want to happen. And the same thing goes for anything else you can think of. Worrying about whether or not tomorrow you're going to have Worrying about whether or not tomorrow you're going to have work, a job, right? That's pretty important, right? But worrying about it doesn't fix anything. You can prepare, that's totally different. You can prepare for the worst case scenario, which is something that's the saying I said earlier, prepare for the worst, hope for the best, right? You can do that. That's something you can actually do. That's the controllable, right? But there are things that you can't control, but that's what we always worry about. We always worry about the things we can't control. It just boggles my mind. You're ruining your own day. You're attacking your own mind. You're making yourself miserable based on that. And I've been guilty of it too. I've been known to be guilty of it too. But what I can say for myself is that I worry as little as I possibly can right now. I spend the least amount of time as I can worrying, and if I catch myself worrying, I try to eliminate it. And then if there's a problem that is approaching, something in the future, let's say, that I know I need to prepare for, I iron it out, structure it out like I've talked about, and I make an attack plan and I execute it. For instance, I had a large sum of money due on the 23rd of this month that just passed, right? And I needed to make that money. It wasn't going to come just from this regular job that I work, right, 9 to 5, and I do DoorDash on the side, and obviously I can gather extra funds through that, and I needed to hit a certain goal. I mapped it out on how I was going to be able to do it and still do Thanksgiving and still pay all my bills and still be able to meet all my other arrangements, right? And that it just comes from proper planning, and it came from, you know, not panicking, not worrying. It came from preparation. It's simple as that. I don't want to harp on it. Just understand that worrying doesn't take away tomorrow's problems. It takes away today's peace. It's an old saying. I'm sure you've heard it. It couldn't be any more spot on if it was an automatic arrow going directly at a bullseye. So I hope, if you've already heard this before, I hope hearing it again from an outside source, that maybe you were dealing with something right now and you're worrying about something right now, and then you hear this and you're just like, man, light flicked on. I hope so. If not, I hope it's just something you've never heard before and you've never considered, and you never thought about the fact that all the worrying you do doesn't actually bring you any joy or any peace or any kind of positivity at all, right? But if I wasn't any help, hey, hope you flip me off, hope you thumbs down the video, and I hope you spend your time elsewhere. I got to get back at it. I love you all. I'm glad to be able to speak to you again and say dumb stuff or hopefully helpful stuff. So have a great one. I'll talk to you later. Peace out.